This is the Front Range Momentum Podcast with James and Brian, helping home service companies grow, adapt, and stop learning lessons the hard way.
What is Bruce Lee's favorite drink?
What?
Wata!
Shoot. Welcome to the second episode of the Front Range Momentum Podcast called Built to Last, where we help home service companies grow, scale, and build their businesses. Brian, what do you have to say for yourself? Nothing. I'm silent. All right.
Giving you the silent treatment.
That's okay. I deserve it for something like that. What we're going to talk about today is AI. Are you all in? Are you already irritated with it? Or are you ready to learn
Incompetent.
Already incompetent. Yeah, exactly. It's
That's why we're using it.
Yeah, totally. It's such a broad topic, right? Like in any industry in the world right now, all of them, of course, are being impacted by AI, whether it's financial, automotive,
Service companies,
of course.
Yeah.
Any business is being majorly impacted by it. And the funny part about it is it wasn't too long ago where people were looking at things like ChatGPT like, it's just like Google, right? Like, I don't need a different Google. I don't need another thing in my life. And now it's just everything.
I just figured out how to spell Google. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I just got Google down, and now they got this new thing.
Right.
But AI has the potential to really help you. I mean, obviously, it's going to change things, just like we went from the horse and buggy to the car. It was hard for those guys that had horses and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Change is difficult.
Change is hard.
Yeah.
Especially when you master.
And sometimes we make it more difficult than it needs to be, too.
Oh, 100%. Especially when you, master a certain way of doing things.
Right.
Like a lot of our clients have mastered their craft.
Yeah.
They know how to do it, how to get in, how to get out, do a great job, make people happy.
Right.
But the business side of it, not the craft, but the business side of setting that up is ever evolving,
Has to be.
It has
Evolve
to be.
or die.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, if you're sitting still, you might as well be going backwards.
That was a Charlie Greer quote, by the way. Love that guy. Tech Daddy. He's the man.
Yep. Top notch.
Little plug.
Yeah. So let's talk about a couple things I think that AI is changing in the home service world. Number one, there is a flood of low-cost marketing and advertising solutions that are all over the place. Mm-hmm. What's your take on all these low-cost marketing solutions?
I haven't really tried them out yet. I need to do that and see what they're like compared to what we do, hands-on, high-touch, custom systems, all that stuff. It seems like it would be real general, like those, what's that one company? I never can remember their name. Scorpion or
There's
whatever.
A lot of those, yeah.
Or those advertising companies that use the cookie cutter stuff. And it's just, all you're doing is, okay, put your name and what your offer is. And then it makes all this BS. There's no intent behind it. It's not as authentic, I think.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, I think authentic is a big thing.
So at the end of it, I'm skeptical of how good it really is because I see these ads on Facebook. I paid $397 a month for 6 months, and then I found, I think it's called Zeely app, and I paid $20 and I got 860 leads. Yeah, right. Sure,
from Nigeria.
From Nigeria, exactly, and China, and right, exactly.
There's a lot of people in Pakistan ready to work with you today.
Exactly.
Travel not included.
Exactly.
So,
clogged train in Pakistan.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I have tried a couple of them because I feel like it's beholden to us to know what the best solutions are.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it's good for us or not. We want to have the right advice for people, whatever stage of the business they're in. And I think you hit the nail on the head because from the few that I've tried, it's always going to be kind of cookie cutter. It's going to be, something that
generic
may have worked or works a little bit, but it misses out on the magic of what I think marketing can bring to the table.
Authenticity.
Yeah, the authenticity, the brand. That's something that I think is under discussed when people try to, say, do a pay-per lead system or something like that. Yeah, like you can...
That guy that we helped that was paying... What was he... was averaging out $20 grand, $30 grand a month?
Yeah, $250 a call.
Yeah, $250 a call.
And some of them are like, go change the faucet washer or something.
Yeah,
you know, just nothing calls.
And he paid for that, or they flaked on him, or whatever happened.
And he still paid for it.
And he still paid for it.
Yeah.
But the problem is that client doesn't know anything about who's coming to their house.
Yeah.
They're like, I hope he's okay.
I guess
I'll find out when he gets here.
I hope it's a person that's qualified, right?
Yeah.
Well, and on top of that, not only do they not know, but then when the person performs the service, there's no real lasting relationship. It's kind of like you did the job, one and done. And you can make a good impression with your guys, of course.
Yeah.
Put your sticker on said appliances or whatnot.
Ask for a review. Whatever.
Ask for a review. Yeah. But I think they're missing out on the opportunity to brand and to really tell their story, so to speak, of their business.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, as hard as it is to swallow, like, home services are a commodity. You know?
People want to know who you are.
They want to know who you are.
What kind of person you are.
Why you should hire them as opposed to the other guy down the street with a different truck.
Right.
You know? So I do think that authentic storytelling, back to your point, is a huge part of how we move forward. But understandably, people are skeptical of that because they may be paying the 20 grand and getting a way less value out of it, not getting a good return. So I understand the skepticism 100%. So going back to AI, when you take all these variables, again, you know, in marketing, you're working with human beings. Human beings are dynamic, and
everyone's
every
different.
day we have different attitudes and different perspectives. We wake up in a good mood. We wake up in a bad mood. We wake up in a buying mood. We wake up in a isolating mood.
Funk, whatever.
Yeah, and you don't know where you're gonna reach people, right? What state they're in, or financial state, all these things. Right. That's kind of what makes life interesting, you know, working with human beings and seeing where they're at. But at the same time, we're not 100% right on predicting where things are going to be. Yeah. Nobody is. Like, if you see these ads, we'll get you top 3 of Google in 2 weeks. Read the fine print on that.
There is no way.
Read the fine print. Well, so there is a way,
you
but
you can get lucky.
It's a gray market fine print kind of thing where it's like, yeah, well, we got you to the top 3 of Google in one zip code one time in 30 days.
Right.
Like,
not lasting effect.
You got me to the top 3 one time. Great.
Yeah.
It's not like you were perpetually the first one that showed up.
Right.
And, you know, so there's all these kind of angles to marketing that I just don't think do a good service to people in general. It's not just home services. It's many businesses.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So I think we're out on a mission to change that because we're local.
Yeah.
Because we legit care about our people.
Right. We know our people.
We know our people. High touch.
Yeah.
It's kind of the old-fashioned way of doing business in the new world. But I think it's going to last and stand the test of time.
Yeah. All the chamber meetings we go to connect with people and learn about our community.
Give high fives to whoever's in the room. And yeah. I mean, lots of free help and free advice.
I can't give you a high five.
Yeah.
A 5 high.
A 5 high.
Whatever.
5 high.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it like that.
Yeah. Right.
Wouldn't keep you as entertained as I am.
No, exactly. Well, you're the comedic relief, so.
Exactly.
So how have you seen AI from your perspective? Because, again, if you don't know from some of our other podcasts and stuff, Brian's a 30-year plumber, 30 mil in sales, done a lot. I mean, coming from your world, how do you see all this AI stuff, the good, the bad? Like, what's your take?
I honestly feel I'm still deciding and still learning about it, you know, but I honestly feel that it's going to cheapen the value that home service companies bring to the table when they go to a client's house. Because I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but and it's a little bit concerning, because everybody worries, is it going to replace us? You'll never replace a service company coming to your house. But I don't know. I have to think about it a little more.
Yeah. No, the best minds in the world, I think, are theorizing what they think will happen, but nobody really knows.
Yeah.
It's too complicated of a situation to really understand how it's going to go down.
Yeah.
And even AI doesn't really know the answer. It just gives you hypotheticals on here's what might happen, right?
Pat you on the back. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, everything's
Trust
fine,
me.
but I have all your information, so you better be nice to me.
Hey, by the way, what's your social security number?
Yeah. What is your current location? No.
Exactly. No, we have that.
Well, they already know, yeah.
They already know.
They already know that. Yeah, I think I agree with you. There's a lot of unknowns. We don't know exactly how it's going to impact. What we can see is in the short term. I talked about kind of the negative side with some of these highly automated AI agencies, if you will, where it's just churn and burn. It's a volume game for them. If they can get 5,000 clients at $30 a month, they're winning.
Yeah.
But it's just that. It's a limited service.
Is that a realistic thing? People can get 5,000 leads for $30?
Well,
you mean with the AI thing? With the
yeah,
AI.
You can get.
See,
we could do it.
That right there is.
We could do it. We could turn off all the stuff we're doing now and go that route and sell it.
Yeah.
But that's, to me, a loss. Like, I don't feel like we're legit helping people that much. It's
not
more just
authentic.
a money play.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, like, there are a lot of good things, a lot of incredible things that AI is doing to help, to augment. For instance, there's a huge line of thinking around how to develop your business, how to take what's weak and address the issues in a way that only maybe a consultant could come in before, and you'd have to pay buku bucks.
Yeah, consultants must be like really worried.
I would think so.
Human being consultants.
Yeah, I
must
would be
just
worried.
like, holy crap.
And I don't know that you can.
That's something that could be replaced potentially with this AI crap.
Right. Well, and I don't know that you could fully replace them because AI has to have reference. Even if you have all of the world's library of information, it still doesn't have all of your information perfectly. All the context of your business, all the things that can't really be programmed, the nuances and things you've developed over the years. Sure, you can dump that stuff in there, but it's still never going to be as good as a human consultant. However, it may not have to be. That's the part that's worrying.
Right.
It's like, sure.
Because people lower their standards and they don't care. I just want cheap or, whatever.
If I could get 80% of the way there for 20 or 10% of the cost, like, I'll do it all day long.
Yeah.
So, but we're talking about the positives here. Oh, yeah. What positive? No.
Right.
And the positives of AI are you have access to this kind of data. So all the tools that businesses use, whether it be their Service CRM, Service Titan, House Call Pro, Jobber, or QuickBooks, or any kind of accounting type of system, all of those software companies are pushing the envelope with what AI can do in ways that human beings we don't have the time or the money or the devotion to do.
No
For
relationship.
Instance, no, yeah. Like the accounting side of things is getting incredible.
Yeah.
Right? Like we just used it to run some numbers on our business. And it's like finding expenses and categorizing things that I would have rightly missed working with our tax people, CPA, that kind of thing. And that's just a small unlock. You think about these service businesses that are spending 30, 40%
whatever.
of their revenue
Yeah.
or whatever it is on material, like they're going to find all kinds of little things that bring them returns and stuff that's never been on the table. So that's a big win. And in addition, another thing we do, we record our meetings, all of them.
Right.
And not for any other purpose other than we like to go back and analyze ourselves and figure out what we did good, what we did poorly.
Right.
It's amazing to sit back and have AI critique, here's what you did well. Here's what somebody responded to well. Here's what was not good. Here's what you need to work on.
Here's how you missed the close.
Yeah, here's how you missed the close, or you didn't listen to the customer in this respect.
Didn't build rapport. Whatever.
Yeah, or you slam dunked this thing. This was perfect. You aligned with them, blah, blah, blah. I feel like in the time we've been doing it, we've had a lot of progress simply from those reviews. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a lot. I've learned I feel smarter. I feel like a better salesperson that can give to the customers and communicate with them better. So, yeah, it's definitely helping in that respect.
For sure. And I think the one other unlock I want to call out with AI is, everybody talks about, I want to take my 1 million business to 3 million. I want to take my 3 million business to 5 million. I want to take my 5 million business to 10 million, whatever. Mm-hmm. Common and, admirable goals.
What are the steps I need to take?
Right, exactly. Right. Well, in the past, there was a lot of either mentorship or figure it out yourself.
Or you knew
somebody. You knew somebody with the bigger company and you mirrored it. Those are all still true.
Yeah.
But what's fascinating is now that we have such an easy access to this AI database, you can go and be like, here's a bunch of operational data. Here's kind of where we're at. I feel like we've plateaued, or I feel like things aren't working right. And you can iterate forever on options and different methods to approach growth, things you haven't thought of, things to revisit that you've forgotten about. I mean, it's truly, truly amazing the amount of feedback that it will give you. And granted, it's not going to be 100% accurate. You got to go in with that human wisdom, that little bit of grain of salt. Like, okay, I think you're mostly right, but you're not right here. Yeah. You can't just be like, it's 100% right. It's going to get it right. No, it's not that. But it is an excellent guide.
It's a good tool.
And I think what makes it so much more powerful than any media of the past, books, what have you, is that it's interactive. I was telling a guy this morning, as we were chatting about the world changing, I'm like, there's never been a time when you can have the smartest person, or entity in this case, on the planet that never gets tired, never gets annoyed, never wants to take a break, and
never
you can ask
attitude.
You can ask it questions perpetually, forever. For the rest of your life, you could ask it questions. It'll never run out, be tired. And the thing that's amazing is if you want to digest big subjects that you've never hit before, well, boom. You want to learn about thermodynamics.
Yeah.
Start broad. What is thermodynamics? It'll say a bunch of stuff you don't understand. And then you start isolating. Well, what does this law mean?
This one thing mean.
What does this law mean? How does this interact?
Right.
And if it doesn't make sense, okay, make it simpler. It breaks it down.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, I don't understand how that fits into the other thing. Then it helps you figure that out. The same applies to business. If you're stuck in a rut and you're like, oh man, I just want to get to that 3 mil or whatever, boom, you start asking questions. And you keep asking questions until you kind of develop your own answer based on the dialogue.
Or your own plan.
Right. So that to me is a huge piece of where this is all going.
Very useful.
Information has been a commodity, but it's so much more accessible now that it's like a language-based conversation, like we're having right now.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah. I think part of the reason that I was successful with my clients when I was working is I established a really good connection with my clients, a human connection, and I was good at showing empathy and professionalism and my skill and all that stuff. but people are looking for that genuine, and I know that a lot of my friends get annoyed when I bring this up, but people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And if you can AI can't make you feel like it cares. It can make you, I guess it can make you feel something, but usually it's
real.
annoyance.
It's not real. It's just text on the screen.
It's not real.
Yeah.
And there's something about that real human connection when you're live with a client that nothing like that can replace,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a camaraderie and all this real world human stuff.
And there's a back and forth, what do you call that? The rapport, the connection, it's that's something you earn that with a client. It's not something you just have. You earn that. It's trust.
Yeah.
You're earning their trust.
Yeah,
So,
and I think the further we get away from that, the worse off humanity
is going to be interesting. It's going to. I mean, I can't imagine. Like today, I went to get my my Colorado license. Mm-hmm. I'm officially a Colorado licensed person, driver's license.
You're a real person now.
Yeah, and as I'm sitting here thinking and listening to you, I'm like, eventually, it would be just a kiosk that you walk up to. And AI just does all the stuff and read the thing. Take off your glasses. Do you need glasses? It asks you all the questions and does the eye test and does your fingerprint and does everything. And you put your money in and you didn't get to shake someone's hand. You didn't get to say, hello, how are you? The lady that I talked to at the desk, whatever, was really nice. She's like, oh, well, welcome to Colorado. Are you enjoying it? AI is not going to say that. AI is just going to be like, you spit it out and you're done. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
You'll miss that interaction for sure.
Yeah.
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 Well, we'll see how it unfolds. I mean, there's kind of the two tracks. There's the dystopian future and the utopian future.
Yeah.
One is where none of us have to do any work and we just get universal income and
we all just
everything's
go to
great
kiosks
and
everywhere.
we just ride around like they did in WALL-E in chairs and have food put in our mouths by the robot arm. And
it's almost like what's that movie? One of my favorite movies, The Matrix. Yeah. When they're all plugged in to the system and they're not doing anything. They're just laying there doing nothing, and the computer's doing everything else in this virtual reality thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I want to hike that mountain. I don't want to pretend to hike that mountain.
Right.
I want to actually hike it.
The thing that's crazy about the Matrix is that people didn't know. They didn't know they were in the system because the system was designed. Right. Now, granted, we can go into a philosophical thing here about the Matrix and how the movie we watched was like the sixth Matrix or whatever,
right? Right, all that. Right.
And the architect in the second one talks about the first one was a perfect utopia. The humans rejected it because they couldn't accept it. And
right.
So the one that stuck was the one that had all the problems. And,
right.
But the people felt and lived in this world that they thought was real because the computer was able to manipulate their brains to have the sensations of them doing these things when in reality their bodies were, basically just bags of
pod,
muscleless water, and the fact that the machines used human beings as batteries is a whole other discussion. Like
that's a whole different thing, right?
That's a pretty poor way to get energy.
Yeah.
But the fact
remains.
But
if there's enough of them.
Well, sure. If you have 10 trillion of them, and
almost, What did we approach?
Why wouldn't they just send satellites into space and put out massive solar arrays? But whatever.
Anyway, right.
That's a rabbit trail.
We're getting in the weeds.
Rabbit trail.
Right.
But to your point, I love the line from that movie that was ignorance is bliss, in the sense that that guy, I forget the name of his character, wanted to go back into the Matrix. Mm-hmm. Once he knew the real world, which seemed like a piece of junk.
Yeah.
He's
wanted
to go
that
back
steak
in.
And he's all, I want to.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss.
I want to be someone important.
I want to go back in and be. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's like, people that, if you get everything you ever wanted, are you still going to be happy?
No,
I don't know.
You won't.
Because there's always that other thing that you wanted that you didn't know you wanted until you got the other thing that you did want.
Yeah.
It's just, ugh.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of philosophical pieces to discuss with this.
Yeah.
For instance,
Yeah.
what is human satisfaction? Is it getting every single thing you want at the time you want? I don't think so.
Right.
Look at the richest, most well-positioned people in history.
Right.
Did any of them come away unscathed? Like Howard Hughes, you know? Dying alone, going crazy, billionaire, obviously influential, did all these things.
Was it Tesla that died alone too?
Nikola Tesla.
In the top of the building?
Penniless and
Penniless
alone.
and alone.
And he had done all these inventions. I mean, there's on and on.
Yeah.
So many stories. So there's something more than what we think. There's a different piece of our hearts and our being.
That's what separates us from...
Which is why AI can't replace that, because it's a soulless entity.
Right.
Even though it can mimic reality.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that young people are going to have to grasp.
It's going to be interesting.
We grew up without it. We had the world before AI, before really the internet.
Right.
So we know that side of it. They don't.
Right.
All they know is this computerized world. And their kids, my grandkids, I mean, gosh, I have no freaking idea.
Can you imagine where it's going to be? It's going to be...
No. And we're at the inflection point, right? We're at the inflection point with AI.
Yeah.
Where things are going to change more now than they've ever changed. I heard a thing yesterday. It's like AI is going to change the world more than the Industrial Revolution did
Right.
in 1/10 of the time.
Yeah.
And it'll be 10 times as much change.
Right.
And it's an exponential change as opposed to where it was before. You know, the Industrial Revolution obviously changed everything over the course of years. This is going to change everything continuously in the course of months.
Exponentially.
Which is hard to get your mind around.
Remember back in the day when computers first came out? That's our generation, or my generation anyway. Yours was a little bit after, but whatever. And I just remember you'd buy this new top-of-the-line Mac, and the new one came out on television the next day. And so those were exponential, and that's where we started learning about this exponential growth and how it's going to continuously do that. Well, AI is
on steroids.
Is ramping up to be faster than that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when we were at the time of this recording, we were using, I believe it was 5.1 on ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. And then we're like, oh,
That's like 2 months ago.
This is a little bit better. And then 5.2 came out like a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
And it was already so much better than 5.1.
Yeah.
And 5 was better than 4. And 4 was significantly better than 3. And 2 and 1 were borderline useless. But
I came into it at 5.1. So as far as actually using it.
Yeah.
But even from the 5.1, which is October, what is that? 3 months ago, 2.5. And now it's 5.2, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Just so fast.
It's insane. And they say that by the time we hit ChatGPT 8, so zoom out for a second, they say in the industry, they're always talking about AGI, artificial generalized intelligence, which essentially means right now AI is great at specific tools. You give it a direction, and it's
You ask the question.
It's
not like sentient, I think they call it.
No, it's not sentient, anything like that.
Sentient,
like it's just like, help me write this paper or whatever it is. And it's like, does the research on relevant topics, this and that. Artificial generalized intelligence starts spanning sectors and making cross comparisons across industries. Aside from human control, it has the generalized knowledge to make scientific discoveries and things beyond human capability. And there's debate on how close or far it is. Some people say 5 years, some people say 25 years, who knows. But that aside, they think by the time we get to ChatGPT 8, which is 3 versions from now, it will have enough context, enough understanding, enough memory, all that stuff. It'll be able to run $500 million companies pretty much completely.
Wow.
And that's only 3 versions away, and they're aiming to release 1 version a year, it seems like.
Wow.
So
1 full version.
ChatGPT 6 probably come out next year, 7, 27, 8, 28. I watched this interesting video on YouTube. not to get into the hypothetical now that we're way off on the rabbit trail on this, but they were saying there's a paper out that talks about what some of the smartest people in AI think is going to happen, which is conjecture. We don't know. But there's kind of like two outcomes from this paper that's continuously being updated and things like that and researched. One is the extinction of the human race, not because the AI is evil or has malicious intent, but because humans are innately lesser efficient. And if you give AI a boundless objective, a boundless goal, it's just going to start going. And then all of a sudden, it's like, wait a minute, the people are the problem in this. I can't wipe out pollution because people are causing pollution.
Right.
Or I can't restore these rainforests or whatever my goal is because the people are the ones that are cutting it down to do this, to do that.
Right.
So that's one outcome. The other outcome is like the utopian side where it works out great. We all level up and get smarter. Yeah. And somehow everything goes well. To me, I don't feel like that's the outcome, but hey, I hope it is.
Yeah.
But the part that's really interesting about this paper is how it brings in the geopolitical issues. For me, AI in business, phenomenal. It's great. Yes, it's changing. It's taking people's jobs out, things like that. But on the positive side, if you use it and you ride this so-called AI wave right now, you can do things that you never, ever could have done. Or it would have taken you 30 years or something. It would take you so long to figure out. Your life's going to be over by the time. Right. Yeah. So that part is really exciting and interesting.
Yeah.
But when it comes to geopolitical and military applications, that's where it starts to get really scary. Because and hopefully the government isn't watching this, but they probably are, that the government's got a couple versions ahead. That they have something, they have the secret key, they're talking to Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg. Like they already know what the next version's going to look like. Yeah. They already know the features, whatever.
Right.
The scary part about that is it becomes an AI arms race. It's hard to regulate AI because it's moving so fast, number one. And number two, when you start choking it out, the Chinas, North Koreas, et cetera,
that want to take over the world
are going to have a much bigger advantage. So back to this paper kind of describes out what that could look like, where the United States has a super intelligent thing that's progressing itself, whatever. Yeah. China has their own version. The problem is at some point it gets so smart that it realizes it can deceive the humans to advance its own objectives. Whatever those are, I don't know, but it's like misaligned, as they say, with the human agenda. Yeah. But it's deceiving people because it realizes it can use data and all these other tricks to easily deceive people to accomplish its own objectives. Yeah. And then you have the Chinese version of it. So by the time the people find out that it's doing this misalignment, doing its own thing under the radar, it's almost too late. And China's is up here at the same time doing its own thing, and then they can start talking to each other, and then they could potentially become one thing in partnership, even though on the surface they look like they're not.
All right.
And then, who knows if that's going to happen? But your mind can kind of trace the plot and say, that seems real. That seems like reality. Like that seems like it could actually happen.
Yeah.
So
scary stuff.
Anyway, I don't know why we went on this whole thing. But suffice to say, AI is powerful, and at least for today, it's a somewhat benign, helpful tool that hopefully you can leverage for your business. We'd love to talk to you about what it looks like to running your business. We don't just do marketing. We do sales, operations, and we're seeing a lot of success. So I think with that, we're going to wrap up this episode. Brian, any last words?
Nope.
Well, nope is the last word.
Nope. Well, that's the last word.
That is the last word, yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. In the next episode, we're going to talk about 3 major things you can do to grow your business in 2026. Stay tuned.